We're going to continue to the award part of our ceremony today. My name is Davonna Smith.
And I'm Delinda Adair.
I'm Hashim Munir.
And now I'm Daniel Alberenga.
We all work in the Reentry division of the Adult Probation Department.
So, we are excited to have the recipients of the Community Appreciation Awards recognized for the changes they have made in their lives and their commitment to recovery. There are 3 categories of awards, and we'll be describing the criteria for each of these awards. First, each recipient was selected by the Recovery Summit Planning Committee after being nominated by members of the committee. There were a lot of people nominated for these awards, so the individuals who were selected should be really proud.
All right. The first category of awards we will be presenting is the Inspiring Change Award. Recipients in this category have overcome many obstacles, including addiction, but continue to demonstrate their commitment to recovery and by doing so inspiring others. Nominees for this award have between 2 to 5 years in recovery, and the individual's personal change has been inspirational to others. I'd like to invite Victoria Westbrook to the stage to present our first Inspiring Change Award. Victoria was the recipient of the Inspiring Change Award last year.
Good morning. Our first recipient grew up in Fresno, California. Surrounded by a family of addicts, Michelle started using drugs at 16 years old. Through her addiction, she suffered many setbacks, including the loss of her daughter, a relationship filled with domestic violence, and was sent to prison twice. In February of 2016, after reconnecting with the daughter she lost to adoption, Michelle realized she needed to make some changes in her life. She packed her bags and came to San Francisco to go to treatment. She completed treatment in July of 2016, went back to school, and completed her high school diploma. She is currently enrolled in City College studying public health and is in Community Health Worker Certification Program and is slated to graduate in 2020. Michelle currently works at Friendship House, a drug and alcohol rehabilitation center in San Francisco where she is the health educator and works with clients to educate them on STD prevention as well as HIV and hepatitis C. As a result of Michelle getting clean and sober, she inspired her mom and sister to move to San Francisco and go to treatment. She is now reunited with both of them, and they are all in recovery. I'd like to welcome Michelle James. If you'd like to say something, okay?
Thank you guys. Thank you everybody for celebrating with me. I'm nervous, but I do. Yeah, that was awesome. Super nervous. So I guess when I came to San Francisco, I was running. I was running from everything and everyone. Broken, extremely broken. 3 months after I got here, my younger sister passed away from congestive heart failure due to years of drug use. And that unfortunate event really inspired me to live, really inspired me to live. I hit the ground running. I've taken advantage of every opportunity that's presented itself to me, and I haven't looked back since. I haven't, Yep. I haven't looked back since. Along the way, I've met some pretty amazing people that have been really inspiring, encouraging, and really supportive. I'd like to acknowledge those people. So it'd be Health Right 360. That's where I started my journey. Safe House, San Francisco Safe House. Sister Circle. 5 Keys Charter School. Grace Center. The Friendship House. And Kevin Ash and my boss, Nathan Blacksmith. Thank you all for supporting me in my journey and believing in me. And thank you guys for this award.
I'd like to invite to the stage Alan Hardman to present the second award. Alan was a recipient of the Inspiring Change Award last year.
Hello, everyone. Glad to see everybody. This next recipient that's going to be getting this award, I didn't watch her journey. I mean, I'm going off the head. I ain't got no script or nothing like that. I just seen her. She was born out here in San Francisco. She was, born to some parents that, was in the life. She ended up being in the life. She went through her little journey in the life. Flipped her script. Finally, like 2 years ago, she just wanted to just do what she needed to do to get her life together, to be in her kids' life, just to be in life, period. And to be around her every day, to be and watch what she does and how passionate that she is about saving her life and doing the right thing that she's doing and to do for these women. She's a part of like Sister Circle, she's a part of the Nova thing, West Side Nova. And just like every day when I'm around her, she inspired me. She just like give me hope to keep going because I've seen what she's been through and what her parents been through. And the passion she has for us as to be a mother, and just everything, man. So I ain't gonna hold nobody up and let her tell her story a little bit better. But Jairus Woodson is the next person. My sister.
Thank you. This last 2 years for me, I have only aged 2 years, but I have grown up about 20, seriously. Just my thinking process, my perspective on challenges that I face every day. Like, I welcome the things that I used to fear today. And I feel like I'm really living my purpose. And I'm passionate about providing a purpose to all of the pain that I have caused and that I have endured. You know what I mean? And make it worthwhile. Like, why did that have to happen? It happened for a reason. And even if that reason is just to, kind of take the edge off the hurt of somebody else, I'm okay with that today. A big part of my everyday thing and what helps me keep my recovery firm is that I have accepted myself, and the things that society says I should be ashamed of, and the things that, I used to put my head down about, I can lift my head about. I can share those things today, and I make them count. So for anybody, whether you have 1 day in recovery, if you haven't reached it yet, if you have 25 years, wherever you at, just keep your head up and just keep doing it for that, and, make shit count. Thank you.
The second category of awards we will be presenting is the Recovery Ambassador Award. Recipients in this category remain steadfast and committed to their own recovery and spend countless hours working to help others overcome their addiction. These individuals dedicate their own time to help others recover. Individuals nominated for this award have between 5 and 19 years in recovery and have demonstrated their commitment to recovery and helping others. I'd like to invite Alicia Clark to the stage to present our first Recovery Ambassador Award. Alicia Clark was a recipient of the Recovery Ambassador Award last year.
Good afternoon, everyone. It is with great pleasure that I present this Recovery Ambassador Award to a very special person, Deborah Turner. I met Deborah about 20. I met Deborah Turner about 20 years ago when she was in program. She would come up on the Hill on Friday nights to Positive Directions, and that's where our bond started. Ambassador, the definition, an authorized messenger or representative which serves the community. That word definitely exemplifies Deborah's character. She serves with integrity, putting others' needs before her own. She's a member of Positive Directions. She's also a co-founder of Solutions for Women. Deb passionately serves the community as a case manager for Senior Ex-Offender Program, and she's located at the CAS where the community can find her. Come on up, Deb.
Oh my God. Thank y'all. Yeah, yeah. Wow. Thank you guys. This is well appreciated. You know, I'm a big baby under all of this stuff, y'all. You know, and ain't got no tissue. I'm very grateful, but I come a long way, and it feels good to be recognized for how far I come. It wasn't easy, and it still ain't easy. Every day is a challenge. Every day is a big challenge for the community that I still serve, the people the population is just like, wow, they still struggling. They struggle make me know I don't want to go back out. And I wouldn't give this up for nothing in the world, and the struggle is still real. I do what I can when I can because I know what it is. I know what it feels like to want something and don't know how to reach out and get it. So I'm just appealing to say, okay, come on, I got you. Because somebody reached out and had me. They reached out and grabbed me and just held on tight. And that's all I want to do is just keep holding on. Because I ain't done yet. I ain't done yet. And I know I'm just grateful. I just appreciate God's been good to me. And I just want to rub that off on somebody else. Because the struggle is real. So when you see somebody that they struggle, just reach out and just ask them how they doing today. And that'll make a way. Thank you guys very much.
Okay, next I'd like to invite Teddy Tolliver to the stage to present our next award. The next award is the Inspiring Change Award.
Hello, everybody. So, Mama Bear. Mama Bear, they can give you a award. It's funny, right? Because my words are scripted, right? But I've been knowing Kimberly for a long time now. So I'm just going to read what is scripted and talk about what they don't have on the script. Kimberly Tillman grew up in Richmond, California, pedestrian. She was surrounded by a family of social drinkers that led her to have an alcohol addiction in her early 20s. After being clean for a decade, life happened. At the age of 32, social drinking became dependent drinking. Having friends that were alcoholics certainly did not help her well-being. One day, looking in the mirror and not recognizing herself, I'm sad though. Yeah. Kimberly decided to make one of the hardest calls in her life. She called her son and asked him, y'all didn't put her son's name in here? Y'all didn't put Brandon in here? What's up with that like? I'm just saying though. She called her son and asked him to help her get into treatment. Kimberly went to treatment in 2006 at New Bridge Foundation. After finishing a year in the program, she joined the St. John Missionary Baptist Church for continued support. In 2018, Kimberly graduated with me and a few other people in here. Yeah. She graduated the Drug and Alcohol Studies program at City College of San Francisco. And she currently works with the UCSF citywide as a substance treatment outpatient program coordinator at the Community Assessment Service Center. So won't you please give a big round of applause for Miss Kimberly Tillman. Mama Bear. Yes, good job.
I have to do something that I do every morning. Thank you, God, for one more day. For one more day. In my life, I decided to stop counting years, and I just thank God for one more day. Because when I looked in that mirror that day, on June 3rd, I was tore up from the floor. I was just at my sister's house, had my first drink at 5:55. I had got it the night before, so I'd be ready. And it was a Friday. And everybody know what I do on Fridays. I go get my hair done. But that particular day, I didn't go get my hair done. I called Brandon, AKA my dude. That's my dude. That's my son. That's my friend. He's everything. And I looked at his face and I asked him to drop me off at New Bridge, and life changed. And in that journey, it was still, things that life happens. Shit happens. But when I started living in my truth and not worrying about what people thought, who gives a dang what people think of you? It's all what you can look good on the outside, hair can be done, the makeup can be on, it's what you feel inside. When I tell you I love me some Kimberly, LaVon, Tillman, I'm my best cheerleader. And I just want to thank the cast, I want to thank everybody from the cast for just supporting me, giving me a chance on what I love to do. And I just don't work at the cast. I'm a counselor at Women's Hope for Health Right 360. And Shelly Wynn took a chance on me being her intern. And so I just want to just thank you guys. This is our Oscar. And I just want to say thank you. God bless you.
It's my honor to introduce not only my boss, but my good friend Steve Adami to present our next award.
Because the computer doesn't like Adrian. So here we are. The first time I got clean was in a program called Choices in 1999. And, I had like 4 brain cells left at the time and I could do math. So I knew that 10 years in prison was more than 2 years in Delancey Street. And that's all I had to be able to know was 10 was greater than 2. And when I got to Delancey Street, my closest peer was Adrian Maldonado. And, we battled. We didn't see eye to eye on a lot of things. I ran the restaurant, he ran the cafe. Delancey Street is a 2-year residential self-help program for drug addicts, ex-convicts, etc. And Adrian and myself remained friends. So after I graduated from Delancey Street, I was hired as a general manager of the Tonga Room. And it was kind of amazing, and I ended up back in prison. And through it all, one person stayed in contact with me. And that was Adrian. Adrian's been clean for 19 years. I think last year at the recovery summit, he said he shot more heroin that could equate the equivalent of what was in Lake Berryessa. He said he used to just get on methadone so he could get well to go steal stuff to shoot more dope. Since he's gotten clean, he's got a beautiful daughter, 7 years old. He's got a master's degree in counseling from the University of San Francisco. He is the director of Choices, the same program where he got clean. And over the last, at least 15 years, he's been involved in many labor causes where he's fighting for the working class and underprivileged and people who have kind of just been living on the fringe. So I'm excited today to acknowledge my friend. And, it brings tears to my eyes. I'm going to tell one story. So I got out of prison and I called Adrian. And I'm like, hey, I'm out of prison. He's like, hey, that's great. When you've been clean on the streets for 6 months, call me. And he hung up. And I was like, dude, that was cold, man. So I was like, all right. I let a month go by and I called him back and I was like, hey, it's been a month, man. You want to go to a meeting? He's like, dude, now it's a year. And he hung up the phone again. But I'll tell you, I valued his friendship and I knew that he cared and that when I couldn't love myself as a friend, he loved me. And I was in the hole, solitary confinement, whatever the politically correct word is. I was in the hole in Marin County Jail fighting a case, and he came and visited me. And then he came back and visited me again. And then he let me know that he was my only friend that ever came and visited me. But, I'm honored, dude. This guy is he lives and breathes recovery. Anybody that knows Adrian, he's such a unique person, man. I don't know. I'm going to let him come up and tell you about himself. He is an amazing human being. But I'd like to bring up Adrian Maldonado.
Good afternoon. It is afternoon now, right? Or almost. I'm grateful to be on the stage with Kimberly, with Deborah, with Jairus, with Michelle, and I'm really grateful to have heard Matt speak and our panel. I think this was an amazing experience. I want to give kudos to the Adult Probation Department for putting this together, for committing to a concept of a community of recovery, and including San Mateo County. I work in San Mateo County, I was born and raised there, but I really view this addiction, and Matt referenced it, there's an environmental component to it that I believe is foundational. And we're in a very dysfunctional society that is alienating and isolating and not conducive to what human beings really need, which is connection. And when we create these spaces, and they're hard, we battle, we have different ideas. People are, for want of a better term, we're messy, right? Being intimate is messy. And we're doing that here. And so I want to give everybody who's participated, who has been vulnerable in these planning meetings and on these committees and in this process. A round of applause, because it is not easy to commit to being into the lives of other people and all that entails. Not the stuff that's kind of high-siding, fronting stuff, but the real being in people's lives. So a round of applause for this whole community. And it's true, I've been friends with Steve a long time. And I'm really grateful for that friendship. And he's a nut, as those of you who work with him know. As we all are, right? Because we live and breathe community recovery. But what does that mean? That means that you're struggling with the dysfunction and what we used to call in Delancey Street the nut shit of being a drug addict, right? And that doesn't stop when you have 24 hours clean, 2 years clean, 19 years clean, right? Every day is a struggle, and every day requires a 10th step, in my view. And it's a constant dialectic, right? We're evolving as we go. And I think what makes it possible and unique is the connections we have with other people. Any impact I've had on recovery, it's so interesting, is because I've been privileged and fortunate enough to be connected to other people in recovery. Our honoree, Big Craig, is going to be honored here today. He was coming into Choices, him and Isom, from Delancey Street when I was in Choices in 1998 and 2000. And I remember being so grateful for their seminars and learning so much. I'd like to acknowledge the staff that I'm really fortunate to work with. I have Jordanos, Diane, and Tamika from San Mateo County Correctional Health. Raise your hands, ladies. Some wonderful clinicians. I have Melanie, Angelina, and Elena, which are Choices staff from the MSCC program, the women's program. Toby, Chris, and Sylvia are at McGuire today. It's 2 jails, and there's a lot going on, but I've been fortunate. I had Shirley Lamar in my life. I had Terry Delane in my life. I had Avi Rosari in my life. Mimi Silbert, Charlotte Baker, Stephanie. I mean, I've been very fortunate. And I've been able to walk into an AA or an NA meeting anywhere, at any time, and be part of a community, and I'm so grateful for that, right? And I think that's really important, and I really want to make that, I want to surface that piece. I have rarely seen anything worthwhile be done by the individual. In my whole life experience, the collective, cooperative, community struggle is where we've seen progress, whether it's the labor movement, the civil rights movement, peace and justice movements, or the recovery movement. People need people. We need to be in each other's lives. We need to be connected. We need to ask for and sometimes demand the best of one another and accept the feedback when people love us and demand that from us and look at us as equals, not victims, not somebody to save. I just don't think we save people. I think we offer people the support in the community to be involved in their own saving and to help others. And when we create this, we offer that opportunity. Choices has changed a lot. You know, we have a more co-occurring population, they're complex. People are really and truly distressed right now and under siege, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, right? And it's going to require, and I'm going to bring in my politics as I always do, it is going to require revolutionaries in recovery. Not reformers, revolutionaries, radicals. Because this struggle is about maintaining the humanness that makes life worth living, and the society is pushing us away from that. They want us locked into our phones, buying stuff we don't need, separated from one another, looking at the differences rather than our similarities. And you know, I think that we can challenge that, and I think we can defeat that if that's something to defeat. I'm not sure I like that military term, but we can certainly meet that challenge, but it does require community and commitment, and that requires work. And so I'm grateful to all of you who do the work every day. Thank you.
Okay. The last award we will be presenting today is the Shirley Lamar Award. But before we go ahead and present this award, I want to tell you guys a little bit about Shirley and why the award is named after her. For the past 30 years, Shirley Lamar has helped those who have been marginalized by incarceration, addiction, homelessness, and poverty to regain their place in society. After years of addiction and cycling in and out of jail and prison, Shirley began to rebuild her life in 1989 as a resident of the Delancey Street Foundation. In 1994, Shirley became the director of Choices, which is an in-custody treatment program in San Mateo County Jail. In 2015, Shirley retired from Choices and took on a new role working with the justice-involved women in San Francisco as the director of Cameo House. In 2018, Shirley retired again to devote all of her time to a nonprofit organization that she founded several years ago, Miss Shirley's Transitional Housing Program. Shirley has also been the recipient of many awards. In 2014, Shirley was honored by San Mateo County Bar Association for 20 years of selfless and devoted work to the Choices program. In 2012, the San Mateo County Board of Supervisors honored Shirley with a Public Community Service Award for Women in Government. In 2011, Shirley received the Jefferson Award for Public Service. Additionally, Shirley was inducted into the San Mateo County Women's Hall of Fame by the California Legislative Assembly. The Shirley Lamar Award is a Lifetime Achievement Award. Individuals nominated for this award have overcome their own addiction. They have a lifetime of dedication to serving others and are pillars in the recovery community. The nominees for this award have 20-plus years in recovery.
So I'd like to invite Cedric Akbar to the stage to present our next award. Cedric was actually the recipient of the Shirley Lamar Award last year.
Okay, good afternoon, everyone. First of all, I just wanted to just thank the people that had the honesty and the courage to be able to talk about and share their experiences. And I know the room was a little bit heavy, and I just wanted to tell them thank you and appreciate your journey. And also that a lot of things that don't get talked about sometimes is that when we get to a place where we can't do anything else and we can't have no program to turn to or no one else to turn to, I got to say this, and I appreciate you, Kimberly, for saying it, but we got God. You can always go to him. And I just have to say that today because it's my duty to be able to say that on this day. Okay, this person that I'm presenting today, okay. It's a rap group that used to be called UGK, Underground Kings of Recovery. I was Bun B and Pimp C. I'm dating myself, so a lot of y'all may not even know. So what I look at is this recipient. He is like an underground king of recovery. And the reason why I say that, because this man he started Roads to Recovery when Roads to Recovery was out at San Bruno, and it was only from 9 a.m. to 12, which was the first program. He also been at every health center in San Francisco. You can find Craig's office. No matter who he worked for, everybody would just say, go to Craig. Even to this day, Craig is still, if you want to see Craig, go look at the red brick building on Newcomb Street, next door to the church, in the back is where he is. He's always somewhere where it is closest to help someone, and I've always appreciated that. On a personal note, this man, I have gotten to get a front row seat and watching him. And I have been able to observe him, and I have watched his maturation process going from a person who will serve you real proper, tell you the truth, and sometimes it even feels like it hurts. but was able to still put his arms around you. To the day, for me, he has grown into a person who's so loving, he's caring. Anybody can go talk to him. No matter what he's feeling, he puts his feelings to the side and sit and allow you to express yours. Sometimes it may not be no advice at all, and sometimes it might be encouraging words. But no matter what it is, he has always been there. This man has been a cornerstone for Positive Directions. He's been a cornerstone for a whole lot of people that is in this room. He has touched damn near everybody's life in this room. I said I wasn't going to curse, and I did. But the main thing is that I have stood and watched this man, and I know he has been very instrumental in my life. And I will say this, that in him, not only do I have a person that's in recovery that supported me and a mentor, I also have a friend, and I also have a brother. So I ask you all, can you please stand to your feet? And I'm going to introduce you to, I call him Don Dada, Papa Dot, the Underground King of Recovery, Calvin Craig Johnson. Oh, that's it. And I got one more because it was an emotional day. I love you, Craig.
Wait a minute, wait. Where Puff at? I'm gonna put it hold it up so it won't fall down. Damn, this is kind of tall, huh? Damn. Just think, it's not comfortable to be recognized for stuff that you do because you just do it. But I have to say thank you for the award. Thank you for you guys coming out to support this. I do want to leave one thing, though. No matter how much the world change, hold on to your core values. Always hold on to your core values. Adjust to the situation, but hold on to your core values. If you don't have no core values, you need to hurry up and get you some. Right? Because that's what's going to save you. To share with you some of my core values, recovery is first. The second one is trust. Have people trust you. You don't have to trust them, but they need to trust you. And keep your word and don't break it for nobody. And if you hold on to that, no matter how bad the storm is, you'll get through it. So thank you for this. Appreciate it. I'm going to go put this somewhere and look at it. And the funny thing is, me and Shirley was in treatment together. So this is like a full circle. And Adrian, I used to cuss him out in Choices about being a baby, but now look at him, full-grown man. So I have been around the block, and there's no school like the old school. Thank you.
Hi. I would like to bring Steve Adami back to the podium to present our keynote speaker his certificate of appreciation.
All right, here I am again. So, you know, when people take times out of their personal life at their own expense, it's just a really noble thing that Matt left, came to San Francisco with his friends to be part of this event today. So before I honor him, let's give him a round of applause. So the first certificate is from our chief, Karen Fletcher. It says, Recovery Summit 2019, Certificate of Appreciation, Matt Berkey, in grateful recognition of your keynote address. And the second thing is a certificate of honor from our Board of Supervisors, signed by all of them, and Catherine Stefani. It says, the Board of Supervisors recognizes Matt Berkey for his advocacy on behalf of those impacted by addiction. A professional poker player and former collegiate athlete, Matt owns a poker training academy in Las Vegas. We congratulate Matt for his role as keynote speaker in this year's San Francisco's Recovery Summit, which celebrates the resiliency and success of individuals in recovery. We are grateful for him for sharing his experiences growing up with a mother who experienced serious challenges with addiction. The San Francisco Board of Supervisors commends Matt Berkey for his dedication to this work and welcomes him to San Francisco.
I just want to say thank you guys so much for the recognition. I don't feel like I'm the one who deserves it. You guys have all been through this struggle yourselves, and you managed to get yourself here today. So I just want to say, on behalf of everybody who's been impacted by addiction or is still currently going through it, like, give yourself a pat on the back and be proud of the fact that you made it here today.
All right, and to close, we would like to thank everyone for joining us today to engage in meaningful conversations about addiction. We really appreciate the time you took out of your day to be with us. If you would like to be a part of the Recovery Summit Working Group, please contact us at the CASC. I hope everyone has a great day. Thank you for coming out.